that is just so desperate to score runs that he's putting himself under so much pressure. If it's come from him, I commend the man for making that decision. If it's come from the coach, I also commend him for making a tough decision, because that is an extremely difficult decision to make.
Maybe the slight surprise for me as Hemant Dami's recalled and pulls out of his run-up is that it wasn't Asif Sheikh, who captained last year for the first half of the season, who took the reins over. Wayne Parnell, literally, you described it perfectly at the toss. You've had an eventful 48 hours, haven't you? You've got off a plane, you've come into the game, you've done your hamstring, you've smashed a 50. And then at the end of the game, you've been told, well, look, our captain's horribly out of form. Can you take the reins for the next match? As they get home easily for a couple. I'm sorry to say these numbers again, because nobody likes to see a batter struggling, but he played an ODI and the 2 T20s in Scotland. Now, it's very difficult to pick the winner of this one on a day like today, because the place is packed to the rafters. But congratulations to you, madam. You've got the Happy Dent sparkling smile of the day. Up you go on the big screen. So big cheers. There it is. A Happy Dent hamper on its way to you. There's a nervousness when they go for the big screen.
And we'll tell you what she did really well, because so often when they see themselves on the big screen, they look towards the big screen. But what that young lady did very well is she continued to look at the camera, because it's the camera that's the shot that goes on the big screen.
I did enjoy we did the studio this morning with Jess up in the crowd before it was packed to the rafters. There was a couple of young boys who came and sat right and stood right in the way of the camera. I was like, boys, no. If you're there, we literally can't do the show. And they were very well behaved today. We said, no photos, no selfies till we finish. And they loved it up there. It was really good fun. Hopefully we'll do that again, maybe next Super Saturday. How is this partnership going? Is it what the Bolts need? It's worth 32 off 37.
Just looking at the way they've played in the competition, I think it's okay. I think these two will up it a little bit. We know the danger that Lofty Eaton possesses. You're a big fan of Krishnamurti. You think there's lots of ability there. Parnell got 50 in the last match, but the other batters have really struggled. I think they've got to play it a very similar fashion to what we saw in the earlier game. Try and explode in the last 5.
The strange thing is, though, if you look at their 3 batting, they've just struggled to get anything going, and they've got each of those scores in very different manners. The first day, Asif Sheikh was there, the anchor the whole way throughout it. And then the second effort was that 126 in the chase against the Brattner Kings. It was a pretty good game. Lofty Eaton made 41, but he couldn't get on strike towards the end, and they came up 9 runs short to that Kings total. And then the only reason they got to 130 the other day, they were never getting close to the Avengers 155. It was Parnell's 50 as that leg cutter goes like a leg break. 68 for 3. It's Saturday night. It's the place to be here in the Kathmandu Valley. We're in Kurdapur. The place is absolutely ram-packed. 2 of the very best supported teams, a rematch of last year's final, and 2 sides who are having completely contrasting fortunes in 2025 in this NPL. Much more like it. Lofty Eaton to the shorter side, gets it very high and long enough. Is this the turning point now for this partnership and for this innings?
Might very well be the over. Avinash is a skillful bowler, predominantly used at the back end of the innings as well. But this he gets right under the nose of Lofty Eaton. And he's clipped that away.
So important to use that shorter side, and because they have the left-hand, right-hand combo, they can do it either over. Now, this is going to take some catching. Harmeet Singh holds on. That might well sum up the season for the Bolts. Just as they threaten to get going, it's 6 and out for Lofty Eaton.
He's put so much pressure on the bowler by hitting the first ball out the ground for 6. And now puts it straight back on his side. Does well to hang on this. He didn't look comfortable for quite some time underneath it. He was confident. So Nicole Lofty Eaton goes for 39, 74 for 4.
Lofty Eaton has probably been the standout batter for the Bolts all season. But that feels like another turning point. We thought it might be a turning point of the innings to really drive home a good score, but instead it's 6 and out. He's gone for 39. It will bring the change to the team. The man who's in for Anil Sai into the team, Aditya Mahata to the crease. Did play the first game, I think, if I remember correctly. And he's back into the 11. Does have a lot of experience, Avinash Pahara, and he's just quietly having a very good season himself. Ever so reliable at the death. And here in the middle overs too. And the veterans, Bandari behind the stumps, Pahara with the ball, relying on that experience for the Royals.
Just going back to a point that you made a little bit earlier around the scores, the 130, the 126. I just don't think any player can play the way he wants to in his specific role that he feels he can add the most value to the team because of the lack of confidence that there is in the batting lineup. You almost feel like if you think about Lofty Eaton, he's thinking, can I take it on? But in the back of the mind, he's thinking, if I get out, where does that leave us? So then you end up playing at something a little bit half-hearted and you get yourself out. I'm not suggesting that's what's just happened. I think of Rohit Patel. Rohit Patel, we know the quality that he possesses, but if you look at his strike rate this season, it's been relatively poor. But you feel for the man because he's thinking, if I get out, what'll happen?
Yeah, he's striking at exactly a run of ball, which by his standards is much, much lower than usual. It's a good shot. Thirds up in the circle, and Harmeet Singh says, why are you bowling there, Avinash Pahara? Get it up to the bat.
There's a short third. There's not a deep third. This is something you hear a lot in the modern game as well from bowlers, where they say, I don't want to be predictable. But more often than not, if you don't bowl to your field, you pay the price with the quality that these fellas bat.
Wickets now in all 5 appearances thus far this season for Avinash Pahara. It's 80 for 4. Well, he's just nestled his way onto the bottom of that Agrakanchi Cement Golden Cap leaderboard. The tournament's leading wicket takers so far in season 2. And again, probably continue to say this throughout the season. It's great to see a lot of Nepali players in the mix in kind of some of the key performance metrics. We've seen Paudel into the top 5 of the run scorers. I think we've seen 5 of the last 6 player of the match awards, maybe including Paudel now, 6 of the last 7 going Nepal players' way. It's really heartening to see. And with Stuart Law about to come in and watch the action in person in just a few days' time, I think he'll be pleased that some of his local players are standing up. He will be concerned too about the lack of runs from plenty of them. But there are players standing up like Binod Bandari et al. Harmeet Singh is proved pretty untouchable, isn't he, throughout this season? I thought it was interesting what Fazil was saying in terms of his analysis as to why he is so difficult to play against. Look at that, his most expensive spell of the season is 22 runs. Should never have thrown it. There's no need to throw it, even if he hit the one stump. I think the batter would have been safely home. Just hurt his economy rate.
I'm intrigued. What was the analysis? Oh my goodness, he's not even on the same postal code.
Just talking about his use of the crease and the fact that he varies his pace and gets an awful lot of overspin on the ball. And any spin bowler, any young boy or young girl watching this broadcast, you are a spin bowler. You are not a slow bowler. Spin the ball. Get as many revs as you can, like that, to turn sharply, to put deception and confusion into the batter's mind. Look at that, real revs on it, lots of overspin, so he gets turn and bounce. Might be too much turn this time, and that's going to hurt the economy rate, because that will be 5 wides. The bolts will take them anyway they come at the moment. 5 freebies are very helpful indeed.
Yeah, there's a lot of school teachers and coaches of young cricketers, this is not a good delivery, and young cricketers who I think make that error. They see a young spinner, and they see a young spinner that lands the ball in an area consistently, and they favor them over someone who spins the ball a long way but doesn't quite have the accuracy. Oh, nice stroke, nice placement. This should and will run away for 4.
Tell you something, we are on fire at the moment. We talk up a batter, they get out. Maz Sadakat, you and I were saying he looks amazing. He got out moments later. We say that Harmeet's untouchable. All of a sudden he's got his season's most expensive figures. From 1 legal delivery, he's gone for 9. Apologies, Harmeet, you can put that down to us.
Just want to try and conclude that about that, is that I'd like to see a lot of coaches and school teachers select those young cricketers who spin the ball, because you can't teach someone to spin it, but you can teach accuracy. Into the 14th, 92 for 4.
Back-to-back 12-run overs, despite the loss of Lofty Eaton, just has given the Bolts some kind of momentum. They are going to need that flying finish, a big final 5. Can they surge away, firstly, up to their best total of the season, 131 or more? Can they find a way to 150? As the deafening roar greets Irie. if they do get to 150, could it be enough?
Well, it's the part of their game that's been good, the bowling. It's the batting that's been letting them down. So if they could get to 150, they'll probably back themselves a little bit. Will still take some defending.
Yeah, Krishnamurthy will be key in terms of driving up towards that 150 plus, and that's good cricket. Consecutive shots where he's not trying to hit the boundary at all, but he is trying to get twos. Get to a ball, you get 12 and over. Here's the Omoda and Jakku's new Jakku J5, the real SUV. And an addition for today, 25,000 rupees donated to Nepali education for every match hit up onto the J5 podium. Get one up there, Sanjay, up to the car. Oh, nearly, all the way for 6.
Lovely use of the feet. So often we talk about use of the feet being down the wicket, but he gets into position really quickly here using the depth of the crease to be able to turn that into a short delivery. Brings up the 100.
A big hit as well, isn't it? Longer side of the ground. Seen a couple of big 6s this season. This is going to be 4 more. Here comes the big over. Here comes the lightning bolt surge from the Bolts army. And it's thanks to the American driving a total that's surely going to be the best of their season.
Another good shot, this. But the skipper's got this all wrong from around the wicket. Has he tried to bowl a leg spinner there? He's just tried to dot it in, but he's bowled it wide of off stump. And there is no protection on that offside, really. There's a long off and then there's a point.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because the extra cover is at completely the wrong angle. He used to be much straighter. Goes again, gets it again. Superb from Sanjay Krishnamurthy. The San Franciscan putting on a show here at the TU.
He's hitting him clean. And to be fair, he's given himself a chance. He's got the pace of the surface and the bit between the teeth.
Beats the outside edge, but it's a big over, the biggest of the match so far. It's gone for 20. Game on at the TU. 1-1-2 for 4.
Wayne Parnell at the top spoke about batting with freedom, being more fearless and being more expressive. And Sanjay Krishnamurthy has done just that. 20 runs of over number 15. And now they're setting themselves up for a good score. For the first time you feel the Royals just about feeling the heat in Season 2 of the Nepal Premier League. As Irie drafts his premier fast bowler, who's accounted for 2 wickets in this innings. It's going to be Scott Kuggeleijn with the ball. Very good evening, Fazal Khalil.
Very good evening, Mikhail, and what a time to come on commentary. Let's take a look at this. It was a little bit of carnage from Krishnamurthy. That was the first. That was the boundary to extra cover. And that was the best of them all. Brilliant hit down the ground. Sanjay Krishnamurthy is really turning on the heat. 42 of 30, along with a few wickets in the tournament. Certainly the genuine all-rounder as far as the Janakpur bowls are concerned. 42 of 30, there he is. The Friscan come out here and really showing that he's got the ability and the consistency.
Yeah, he got a couple of 20s in the last 2 games. 4 wickets for him in the tournament. In fact, he got 3 for 21 in the last game against the Pokhara Avengers. Very good handy cricketer. They say T20 cricket is all about being a Swiss Army knife, very versatile. You can take up multiple roles.
Well, certainly we see that he's taking up a few roles as well. Didn't start off well, but then gradually is coming into his own. Best of 43 of 31, and he looks set to get his first half century of the season. But Janakpur bowls for the first time in the season, really looking like defending champions. Slow delivery by Scott Kugelheim. He's bowled so well. Those first couple of wickets really opened up the door for Sudurpachim Royals. Express in his first spell was this man on your screen. Really cleaned them up at top of the order. Asif Sheikh gone for a duck. Mayan gone for 6. As we take a look, another gorgeous view of this lovely city, and some great cricket being played out here in the middle. Slow delivery, pump down the ground. That'll be a boundary. Not very good bowling this by Kugelheim. He had the fielder inside the circle, pitched it up. Thank you very much, said Krishnamurti. I'll help myself to a boundary.
Yeah, Krishnamurti is in the peak of his powers, touched to full, and he's drilled it down the ground. Not much Kugelheim could do. In fact, good enough he didn't get a lot of hand on it, because that was fiercely struck. This man's looking good, and good to see him get runs as well. Just carry on and not throw it away in the 20s. 2 6s, 4 4s. Yeah, just hurried him for pace here. Oh, this could be disaster. This could be disaster if only Kugelheim had let it go. Mayan was halfway down the track and he was struggling.
Well, a comedy of errors. Hit the pad. Sanjay Krishnamurti says no. Aditya was down the track. But take a look at this. Kugelheim should have been behind the stumps. Interrupted that throw. He was in the middle. And then the batsman there.
Eight runs of it. Could have easily been maybe a wicket as well had Kugelheim not got his hand in between that throw. 120 for 4.
Well, they've got the moves, a mesmerizing crescendo really of song and dance. And they really have the grooves, they really move to the beats of the music, belted out by the DJ. Sound and motion, almost like a symphony, isn't it?
Yeah, looks like the Ministry of Sound here, Fazal, the stadium. Emotions swirling around, colors, noise, excitement and entertainment as well. Dhami to Krishnamurti. This will be another very good contest. Yeah, he's working around nicely. Now he's playing himself in. He's got the big boundaries. He wants to continue till the 20th. That's a good sign for the bowls.
And I'm really impressed by this man on your screen, Hemant Dhami. He's got the pace, he's got the build, he's got the muscle, and he's got the ability to bring that ball back into the right-hander. This was the back of the hand slow delivery, so he's got the mix-ups as well. So he augurs really well for Nepal cricket in this format. He's got a lovely run-up, he's got a very athletic run-up, a very good loading. His action is very nice, and he's got a strong follow-through as well. All the ingredients of a really good fast bowler, and with the ability to bring the ball back into the right-hander. He's got the Yorker as well. What more do you need, Mikhail? Sanjay Krishnamurti will know that he's on 49. Hemant Dhami along with Nandan Yadav, two of the best in Nepal. $122 for 4. Again, back of the hand.
Yeah, you've just got to keep pace now with this innings. He's middling it well. Like the way Hemant Dhami is mixing it up well. You can't be too predictable. Okay, then Sanjay Krishnamurthy, 49 and 36. He's primed himself for a big score. Good turnout. Here he comes, Dhami. Yeah, that's a lovely hit towards cow corner. They'll push for 2, not really, but that man Sanjay Krishnamurthy can certainly raise his bat and tell his dugout that he's done a good job of things in the middle. This is a very fine innings, a lot of maturity and method into all the runs that he's got. Just the kind of innings the Bolts would have wanted from one of their batters.
Absolutely, well begun is half done. Krishnamurthy's job not done yet. 11 dot deliveries, 4 fours, 2 sixes in that 50, just 37 deliveries. He's taken them to 123. Take a look at the score, Mikhail. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, bad bowling this by Dhami, slipping that one down the leg side. Full toss on the pads is like meat and drink for these boys out there. Aditya is not going to miss out. What was a good over suddenly turned out to be an expensive one for the Sudurpachim Royals.
And with the ball to go. Yeah, just help it along the way. Drifting down leg, took it on the full. Fine up in the circle. Thank you very much, says Aditya. I'll get to double figures for the first time in NPL Season 2. He's looking good. Good partnership. 53 and 28, courtesy that boundary.
Another slow delivery, another full toss. Will take the single, keep the strike. Aditya, after 17, the Bolts electing to bat. 1, 2, 8 for 4. Aditya, kya hai iska naam? Kishore Mahato uska bhai hai. Mahata.
Magical scenes from the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium. It's a sea of colour, let me tell you that. Youth support for both these sides. Some wonderful players in action. The superstar Irie as well. He's been amongst wickets. And a great game loading. Match number 18. It's going to be the death over specialist Abhinash Bora. They should get to send back. Aditya wanted the second.
Well, they need 11 runs and over. This is the time when they need to throw caution to the wind. They have 6 wickets. I don't want to see Bolts going in with 140 for 5 or 6. I'd rather be all out for 170. I think they need to go and throw caution to the wind. Take a look at the crowd that's come in here. Every seat in the house taken. Just beautiful to view, and it was like a din outside, Mikhail, when I was standing out there on the boundary line with Andrew Leonard. We just couldn't hear each other speak. It was so loud. The decibel levels must have been over 120. Gone! Cleaned him up. Avinash Bohara picks up his first wicket, and Krishnamurthy, after getting that 50, departs off the inside edge, playing on to his stumps.
And that man once again, Abhinash Bora, comes into the attack and strikes. Krishnamurthy just went too hard at this one across the line. Gets the inside half of the bat that drags on to the stumps, and Bora is delighted. The danger man is walking back. What a fine innings he's played. Came in at a precarious situation, got 50 and 38. It's 1-9 with half the side back in the dugout. wholesome scenes, the crowd's going ballistic to the tunes of the DJ. It's a Saturday evening and the party has begun at the Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium. A lovely match playing out. The Janakpur bowls deciding to bat first, putting on a fight. Just seen a 50 from one of their finest all-rounders, Krishnamurthy, as Shubh Kansakar walks out. Best of 26, was out for 4 in the last game. He came in at number 3. Bit of a demotion in this batting order in this game. But he has things set up. And he has the license and the freedom to go for broke from ball 1. Abhinash Bora, 2 for 21. He's bowled well. He's got a lot of height on this. And it's been pouched in the deep. Safe as houses, Arif Sheikh. Bora on a hat-trick. And the Sudurpachim Royals have come back into the game very quickly.
Well, it was in the slot, a couple of paces down. No real timing there for Kansakar. First ball, seldom do you get the timing. A nice comfortable catch for Arif Sheikh, much to the delight of Abhinash Bohara. He's on a hat-trick and he'll depart for a golden duck. Shubh Kansakar, the bolts now 129 for 6.
Captain Panel on a hat-trick. Bora. This could have been close as well had Harmeet Singh collected it clean and released it. 129 for 3, 129 for 6. Well, all changes in no time, Fazal. .29 for 4 rather. That's how it was. Can be very efficient and effective with the ball in this part of the game.
Just trying to get on with it and trying to get those runs. Kansakar, nice catch there. In that twilight of the day. And the lights haven't really taken effect on first ball. We'll take the single off the leg by. Just wait for the confirmation from the umpire. Ooh. He just says, has he said dead ball here, the umpire? He just called over. End of the over, 18 done, 130 for 6.
Two overs left. Panel scored a very fine 50 before he had to limp back to the dugout after just pulling a hamstring. But he's back on the park this evening as captain, stand-in skipper Vanil Sa. He's got 12 deliveries. He's taking stock of the situation. It's going to be Cougar line. Yeah, he lost the shape, gets a top edge on this. Harmeet should grab it. Oh, he's put him down. As easy as it can get. But some of the best fielders too have an off day in the field. Panel survives.
I think he was a touch overconfident there was Harmeet Singh. Took it a little too easy. You see Panel just slicing that. And then he just took it easy there. That's where he took it easy. Took his eyes off the ball. And ooh, you can lip read for yourselves.
If looks could kill. He's generating some pace here, some deflection as well on the way. Nice catch by Binod Bandari. He can wear a cheeky smile. Kugalain's been in his peak of his powers as a bowler this evening, and he accounts for the third. That was a lovely delivery. Just climbed on the batter there. Aditya has to walk back.
Well, that had pace and bounce there, isn't it? Take a look at that. Those hard lengths straight off the outside edge. Easy catch for Binod Bhandari. Really impressive is Kugalain, and I really liked the skipper who brought Kugalain to bowl the 19th over. Didn't keep him for the 20th over. Aditya Mahata gone for 15. The bowls 131 for 7.
Well, Kugalain has been one of Irie's trusted lieutenants through CCL 1 and 2. Yeah, he's just darting the ball, bowling thunderbolts. Good passage of play, good comeback. 129 for 4, 131 for 7.
Very easy catch for Binod Bhandari, but all the work done by Kugalain. Bent his back there, generated a fair amount of pace, bounce. Nicely driven down the ground, just stands his ground and says, man, that's 4. Wayne Parnell does have the ability with the bat. 358 fours for the tournament, none better than that. What an authentic off drive. Mid-off was there, but he was just a mute spectator.
Yeah, fiercely struck. Just goes to show the kind of form that he is in. 50 of 38 in the last game. 4 sixes, 2 fours. And that's the but obvious reply by a bowler after being hit down the ground. No pacer, rather no bowler likes being hit. Straight back at him.
Well, yes. 136 for 7 with a ball and over to go. I think they're short by at least 15 or 20 runs, Mikhail. Especially when you're playing Sudurpachim Royals, the top of the Pop's team right at the moment. They're in fine form. That man marshalling his troops. He's captained the side really well, Dipendra Singh Irie. 19 done, 137 for 7.
Yeah, the final over in this innings. And it's going to be Avinash Bora. 3 for 22 for him in his 3. Wow! Irie positioning himself. We'll watch it sail over. Just the sound of leather hitting willow there. And they just kept going and going.
Well, it sounded so sweet when ball hit bat. It really pinged off the middle of the bat. And if Irie can't, then no one can. The Siddharth Bank maximum of the match. And then it goes into the Siddhartha Bank hoarding as well. Wayne Parnell, just wonder whether he could come in a little earlier in the piece. 143 for 7. Could they have one big last over and put pressure on the Sudurpachim Royals when they come out to chase the score down? They are undefeated in the tournament so far, the Sudurpachim Royals. Janakpur Bowls did beat the Sudurpachim Royals to win the tournament, the first edition of the NPL. Wonder what Wayne Parnell is thinking of A wild heave outside that off stump.
Yeah, good ball. In the previous delivery, he was a bit guilty of being a bit too full. This time just holding that length back and slightly wide. And with an angle coming around the wicket, Parnell had to reach out for it. That one keeping a little low, just trying to go too hard at this one. Parnell.
Well, just take a look at the way he's swung his bat across the ball. The earlier balls, he was trying to hit straight. But this, he goes completely across it. There it is. That's the reason why, along with the lack of bounce, just couldn't make contact. He needs to hit the ball straight. Side screen is the best place to go. Once again, completely across the ball. Parnell will come to the non-striker's end. Rupesh will have the last couple of deliveries of Avinash.
Yeah, for starters, the one positive sign here for the Janakpur bowls is this has been their best batting effort so far in NPL2. They've not been able to go past 130 in their previous 3 outings. They've got 144, but is it enough against a formidable batting lineup in the Sudurpachim Royals? The penultimate delivery of this innings. Just falls short of Cougar line, and that will bring Parnell on strike for the final delivery.
It is their highest score, the Janakpur bowls, but just too good a team as Sudurpachim Royals. To take a look at their batting lineup, boy, they have some real good quality batsmen to come. Just amazed at the crowd that's come in on this Super Saturday. A big game, this, the Bowls versus the Royals. That's in the air. And who but Dipendra Singh Irie, and the crowd erupts. Do we see the somersault? Maybe we'll keep it for another time, says Irie. Parnell departs on the ultimate ball of the innings. So the Janakpur Bowls finish off after winning the toss, electing to bat at 145 for 8.
Yeah, brilliant bowling effort here by Avinash Bohra. 4 for 30 for him in his 4. Tried to clear the ropes, finds that man. A bit excited there, Irie. Another good day in the field for him with the ball as well. And this will mean the Janakpur Bowls will finish on 145 for 8 in their 20. Their best batting effort in season 2 of the NPL. But it's the Sudurpachim Royals who've had a say in this first innings.
Well, they elected to bat. They didn't get off to a good start. Asif Sheikh was castled by Cougar line. And then Mayan Yadav palpably in front for 6 of 10. Lofty Eaton did do some damage along with Sanjay Krishnamurthy getting that 50 of 38. And Aditya Mahata 15 of 13. 145 for 8 with 8 extras in that score.
Well, the top order partnerships were far and few. But the one substantial, sizable one came between Sanjay and Aditya, 55 and 31. But Mars and Lofty and Sanjay and Lofty just brought them back on track in this innings of theirs. And then Sanjay certainly hung around and ensured that they take them past the 120, 130 run mark. Parnell came, played a big hits and got them to 145. As many as 6 bowlers used, but it was Scott Kugelheim and Avinash Bohra who walked away with the honours. 3 for 22 and 4 for 30. And 1 wicket for Dipendra Singh Irie. It's been a good outing here for the boys in yellow with the ball.
Well, just let's take a look at how they scored those 145 runs, electing to bat. They came onto the park very confidently. And then this was castled. Asif Sheikh. This was the LBW of Mayan. And Kugelheim was bowling with his tail up at that moment. And some really good hitting this by Lofty Eaton. And that was the end of Mars, bowled by Dipendra Singh Irie. Lofty Eaton had very lofty ideas this evening until just skied that one. And Harmeet Singh took a nice smart catch.
Then it was a Sanjay Krishnamurthy show. Yeah, he played some very fine hits to the fence and out of the ground as well. He was very decisive with his footwork, went down the ground, went square of the wicket and brought up the first 50 in NPL Season 2. One too many for him. He dragged one on. Shubham Sarkar walked in, walked out in quick time. Nice catch by Arish Sheikh in the deep. Bora was just getting wickets after wickets. This was put down by Harmeet. Very simple, straightforward one. But soon after that, a quicker delivery got the better of Aditya Mahata.
That was Wayne Parnell. The final ball of the innings. Dipendra Singh Airi taking the catch. 145. Just take a look at how they went about it. Very poor first 6 overs. That's the important phase. They lost 3 wickets for just 35 runs. They did really well between 7 and 15. 77 runs. They just lost at 1 wicket. Had it really set up for the last 5 overs, but just couldn't do it on the day. Some good bowling and some very ordinary batting. 33 runs in that last 5 overs, and they lost 4 wickets. That's the reason why they've ended up with 145 for 8.
Yeah, just the right hand head across the sidelines. Jess, you have someone around you. Go ahead.
That's right, I'm joined by Avinash Bahara, the highest wicket taker in the comp so far. So I believe this is for you, the golden cap.
Thank you so much.
How has it been so far? How nice is it to receive this cap?
I'm happy. So this is a golden cap, highest wicket. I'm happy, so.
Excellent. And 4 wickets out there today. How was it?
It's good. Wicket is like, I know like wicket is like little bit turn, and that's why.
Chasing 146, confident?
Oh yeah.
Excellent. Well, very well done, and all the best for you and the team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Back to comms.
Thank you, Jess. 4 for 30 for him. He's right on top of the tree over there. He's gone past Sandeep Lamichhane. 11 wickets for him. Had a quiet start in game 1, just managed a 1 wicket, but as the tournament has progressed, he's just become Dipendra Singh Airi's go-to man. Harmeet Singh as well from the Royals there in number 3. So yes, they have a very good, formidable bowling unit here. Milind Kumar from the Gorkhas and his captain Karan Casey comprise for the top 5. So good competition here. Not much separating the players in the top 5 over here.
Well, when the Sudurpachim Royals come out to bat, they'll need 146 runs to win from their allotted 20 overs at a rate of just over 7 runs to the over. Well, I mean, despite all the matches that are going on, all the fun and the frolic, Mikhail Vaswani is as busy as a bee. What does he have for us now?
Thank you very much. Week 1 has witnessed pulsating and exciting cricket. It's no different in week 2 as well. A lot of excitement and entertainment all the way. I'm on one of the practice pitches. A couple of nights ago, I had introduced you to the new trends and technologies from the PCR as well. And today I thought it's very important on our behalf to acquaint you and get you closer to how these things work as well in live simulation mode. Remember, the appearance is wonderful when you have an enhanced technology out here. More importantly, the visual experience also should be appealing. More than that, you want it to be engaging, at the same time informative, interesting and insightful. And doing all of this is a production team who've just gotten some new introductions for season 2 of the Nepal Premier League. First up, we'll begin with the field plot. The field plot, the fair indication of what's the kind of field being set for a particular bowler and batter. To the left of your screen at the bottom, you will see a nice grid over here that shows dots, and these dots indicate that these are the fielders positioned for this particular over and batter. It keeps changing depending on how the captain and the bowler wants it to be. Very simple explanation. Not often you get to see the full ground and where the fielders are set. This gives you a bird's eye view of where the fielders are set. Talking about the fielders and the field setting as well in a particular game, the next technology that I'm going to introduce you is the player length between 2 fielders, particularly inside the 30-yard circle. I have 2 volunteers in Imal and Aditya, one positioned at square leg, one position at short fine. Now, interestingly, when these fielders move, the length also changes. This is a variable length depending on where the fielders are positioned, but it all happens in real time. If I can ask Imal to move to his left, keep moving to your left, keep coming closer to me, keep coming closer to me. Yeah, there you can see the length also keeps changing. So what it does is, it just gives the batter also an idea what's the distance between the gap, how big it has gotten, and also an idea to the captain and the bowler as to where the fielders are positioned at that point in time. Yeah, makes it very interesting, right? Just enhances the viewership too. Next up, we get to the spotlight. Now, once you're in the middle and you have the performances going, you have a nice little cone on you that just comes across and it just highlights your performance, your name, your contribution. Sometimes for a batter, it's a strike rate or anything that just enhances and tells the viewer that this man's making an impact in the middle and he's been around for a while. Just to give that extra bit of information if you've not been following the other graphics and scores as well, just to say that this is what he's been doing so far for a very short period of time. That's it. You can take a look at this cone. Nicely, I'm standing underneath it. If I'm the batter, there it is, you know, and this is how it happens. All right. Then we have the last introduction, which is called the six tracker. Now, it really makes the experience breathtaking when you see the ball sailing into the stands, but what really adds to its visual value is the way the tracker just comes along and creates an arc and trajectory to give a very colorful look to that six as well. Sometimes it can be a catch too, but gives probably a fair imagination of how far the ball traveled, how high the ball traveled, and at the same time, what's the kind of trajectory and curve it came down to as well. I'll certainly be trying that at some point in time to show you that as well. I'll quickly pull a bat for myself and see if I can get one going. I'm asking somebody to bowl. I just hope I can clear one. I've not really held a bat in a very long time, but I certainly want to believe I can clear one. This is one of the practice pitches. Looks a good surface as always, and I'm ready to show you the ball tracker as well. Yes, there you could see it. I gave that some whack, and I'll tell you it's not easy batting at this stage and age of my life at least, but this would have given you a fair indication of how that ball tracker would have given you an idea of the length and height as well and the distance. We keep talking about he's got the height and he's got the distance. This ball tracker gives you that kind of a trajectory as well. Well, I've really enjoyed bringing all of this to you. I hope you've enjoyed all the new introductions of the technology this season. Trust me, it makes viewing breathtaking.
Well, Mikhail Vaswani articulated that really well, but he needs to work on his cricketing skills for sure. We'll take a very short break, and when we come back, it will be the run chase. Do stay tuned.